Yeah, so what I thought when I saw the quadrant was like that the one with the high impact value is like the thing about it is that, like, why it's important, I think, is because it impacts everything else, but usually you learn all these skills not for their own sake, but because you want to affect some other areas of your life. So, and the part of the question is, would you think that there's like an upper limit to like how much time is worth spending on developing skills versus actually applying them in the other areas where you develop them for, right? Because like an example, I said like there's no use to learn like 10 different ways of learning other things really well if you never actually go and learn how to apply them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's like you keep building a factory, right? And you kind of see, I could improve this little thing, and you never actually, nothing comes out. Yeah, I agree with that, and I would also say that there's like a human limit to how much you can even do it. Like I personally, I like read an hour or an hour and a half. Like if it's like deep stuff, that's it for me for the day. So. Yeah, I think it's about balance, but what I see is that most people spend so little time on it, and they're not conscious about it, that it's such a big advantage, even if you just do an hour a day, that's kind of focused. That's what I would say.
An hour a day of what?
An hour a day of building personal development, or doing personal development.
But surely there is no limit. I think as well. I know quite a lot of people that spend several hours a day. And then there is a question whether you need to develop your productivity skill in order to master your productivity, or what was the purpose of it?
Yeah, I agree. I personally have this challenge too, because I'm kind of a guy, I'm really excited by ideas.
Me as well.
I'm pretty sure that's all of us, right? We're kind of maybe more theoretical guys, and I read a book on some communication thing or whatever, productivity. Every time I put a book down and I'm like, this is the holy grail, this is it, I gotta learn everything. And then yeah, often I never actually use it. So you have to keep that in mind, I think. It's not easy, but that's life. Thanks.
So I have another question. I was wondering if those quadrants, as you lay them out with the different things, and then do you see them as a pretty static thing, or do you see them more as a function over time also? So that a different, when in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, that they will be arranged very differently? Also maybe because of something, what Robin said, there's kind of diminishing returns.
Yeah, I absolutely think it like that. And yeah, I will give that caveat right now that what I put there is my life right now. Yeah, it's not universal. And for instance, like for me with economics, that's a good example. I think the early stuff, like understanding how the markets work and all that, very valuable, and I use it. I use it to get the world. But then, like, there comes a point where, yeah. So I know people who are like personal finance gurus, for example, gurus. So they know a lot about it, but like the debates that they have is kind of similar to the non-aggression principle trivia kind of stuff. It's like which very specific investment vehicle. It's like, yeah, you can do the same with anything. So yeah, I think it changed. I think it's personal. I think it changes. Yeah.
Another question?
I have a question, or it's connected to what was already been said. We were speaking about financial freedom and about developing skills to achieve it. What's your perspective on the threat of the goal to achieve financial freedom? Because I know quite a lot of guys that have it, from my perspective, as a threat, because perspective, they still don't know what they will do with it when they achieve it. Most of them, they will never achieve it. And those who achieve it, only a small part of them realize really happy life after that. So it's not significantly impacting their happiness in their life.
Yeah, and I know that in like there's a community now. There are enough people now that you have forums where everybody is financially independent, and this is one of the big questions. Like, okay, I got here, but I just don't want to get out of bed because like, what's the point? This happens to people who don't connect that thing. Like, what am I building this time freedom for? And that happens, and I think it's pretty. You got to be on spot to do that. That's one thing, and the other thing is I mentioned extreme saving, and so that is people who do. It depends. You can do it with any job if you can save a good percentage of your income. So if like with a higher than average 5 years, average 10.
I've done it for several years.
Oh yeah, okay. So you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, just a fun fact. I was at least with my life in London, you can do it on a minimum wage as well in like 15 to 18 years. So I was reading the articles about how it's impossible to survive on the minimum wage. I was just really having fun with it. But the idea there often is that I'm just going to do this job that I hate, that pays me good money, and I'm just going to spend 5 to 10 years really miserable for the end goal of then I'm going to have complete freedom. And I think that's when it really cracks down. That's where you've kind of violated yourself so much along the way, and you haven't looked into how can I make it enjoyable. That that doesn't lead to happiness. I started it and then I stopped kind of because of that. I said it's maybe more reasonable to do it where you build up a little bits of income and you say, how can I gradually do more things that I like? Like, for instance, this is something that I like, not a lot of income. And I'm not saving a lot right now because I'm spending time on this. But I think I will transition, so yeah.
So you as well see all these tools, present development tools or productive tools, just like tools, not the means or end.
Yeah, they're tools. Well, I think there's a part of personal development that's about goal setting, right? So, like, even that is a skill. But yeah, at the end of the day, you want to see what your core needs are and what your desires, what your goal is, and I mean, I feel like I'm saying platitudes, but yeah.
But once you achieve a goal, then it's gone. So
yeah, well, that's why I think you go with core with desires. Like I want freedom, safety, impact in the world, companionship, and there's always the next level you can go on that. Yeah, but another thing that popped into my mind as you were saying it is that these things kind of build upon one another. So if you have a deficiency in any of the skills, and that's what happens with these people who are very good at personal finances but don't do the psychology and that bit, it drags you down, and it goes the other way too. If you're really spot on with therapy and self-knowledge and all, but you can't get enough money to live on, you got to build it on top of one another. Anybody else?
I would be interested in your experience and how you, what your time wasters were, what entertainment stuff that you wanted to reduce and move more to high impact, and how you did it, and what it was and how you did it, and where you moved to.
So can you repeat that? So
what your experience was like with entertainment stuff that you wanted to reduce, how you got out of it and moved more into high impact areas?
Yeah. I'm gonna begin by saying that I can't do it consistently yet. So I have times when it's just okay. I'm switching off even if I don't want to. But what has helped me at least increase that ratio were habits. I think habits are gold, and that's one thing. And the other thing is, maybe it's different person to person, but I found that there was a thing there among many other things. There was eat that frog. It's like a very simple idea. Are you familiar with it? The eat that frog idea is you should do first thing in the morning after you get ready, you wake up. Do the hardest task, the most undesirable task, but that's kind of the biggest impact first, because that's when you have the most willpower. So you take the frog, you take the biggest, ugliest, smelliest frog, and just eat it in the morning, and that helped me a lot. So when I'm doing a high ratio of more personal development stuff, I would do the things that I know take a lot of willpower. So for instance, I start with reading often. That helps. I love reading these books, but I don't know, if I start doing it in the afternoon, like 15 minutes later, I'll be on YouTube or something. So I just wake up, I read half an hour, then I do the podcast, and then I got the ratio there, and whatever happens after, at least that's covered. Oh, and with habits, the other thing is that's the nice thing, it kind of becomes automatic. Like, you don't have to think about it, like, I woke up, what am I doing today? No, you have you're half awake, but you're already in front of the computer doing your thing, because you just got used to, you don't have to make decisions on the fly. That helped me too.
The miracle morning is also...
Yeah, I heard of that. Can you tell more about that? Tell us more?
Yeah, so basically the miracle morning is the idea. Okay, so there are several things you can do for personal development, like reading, meditation, also about visualization, and I think in the end you had 6. There are also fitness and things like that. And the idea is basically, okay, to take 1 hour and decide how many minutes you want to spend on all these 6 things. And then you have, you wake up, and then you have 1 hour of just the amazing focus, personal development. And it's also psychologically, it's yes, I started with the bank, so I started the whole day. Yeah.
Yeah, and then also I was talking to somebody about this, that if you wake up early and then by 12 you're done with everything difficult, well, the whole day is just so relaxing versus, I still haven't done it.
Yeah, the goal is kind of like you more until 12 o'clock than most people do in the week, so
Yeah, and it's kind of psychological. If you wake up early, you still have 16 hours roughly whenever you sleep, doesn't matter, but there's something about, other people are, if you do 4 or 5, the more extreme ones as well. Oh, look, my spouse is waking up and done with everything already. There's something there that's really cool.
And maybe just to follow up on the question from during the presentation, how important do you think is networking and the interpersonal stuff which we discussed? Is there a reason why you did why wasn't in the quadrants there, or?
Because I'm not very good at it. I haven't looked into it yet, but I agree with you. I think that's both high impact and broadly applicable. So I'll put it there next time. Yeah, it just helps so much. I mean, what is your experience with that?
Helps a lot. That was something I really had to develop on myself. I was the introverted guy usually, so when I got to a job that needed me to go out and do sales, and I really appreciate that I was I needed to improve my interpersonal skills and doing the networking stuff. And I think I heard it from a lot of people that in time of crisis, the networking people and the friends or the connections can help a lot, even if you mismanage your personal finance or anything else. The connections and people that you can at least talk to, or they can advise you, can help a lot. So I would think it's quite important to have a networking these days.
Yeah, it's the anarchist welfare state, basically. Do you have a resource or something that helped you develop it? Because I personally would like to get into it as well, but I just don't know where to start.
I really just got out and tried it. And got burned sometimes. It's not easy, of course, going out and just starting some small talk with people you met for the first time. It's not easy. I used, for example, I started to go to some meetups about programming. I started to learn to program, and that was, for example, one thing. And the other thing was during my job. So that's how I didn't study any special techniques, and just I hated small talk since I can remember. So it was quite interesting to using small talk as an introduction and developing skills, and then starting maybe and talking about stuff that you really care about without using words like anarchism or NAP or UPP or whatever. That's fine. Just finding the words that don't usually trigger people. So it's quite productive or fruitful. So that's my perspective.
I had a similar experience. I also, I think meetup.com is an awesome resource for that. Again, if you go into multiple meetups and you already have something to connect to the other people, because the meetup is about something programming.
It's a team, yeah.
Right. The thing that I also discovered is that I can't really say that it helped me with being more expressive or showing myself more, but what it helped me with is acquiring the networking skills, like you said, knowing what to say, knowing what to get in front of you, and that mainly just opens up options.
Yeah. I mean, in the sense, we use this term networking, but sometimes we do networking without thinking our head networking, like what we're doing now, in the sense of networking.
Yeah, like the last 2 days we were networking all the time, and I'm sure we'll do it with the rest of you guys after this. Yeah, I have to say, like, this is my 7th job. 6 out of the 7 were people I knew. That's how I got it. So, and that's the statistics too. Again, another discussion we've had yesterday. Like 10% of hiring is done with CVs sent into job offers. So, yeah, and the big portion is just reference. Anything else?
Do-it-yourself skills and cooking, you listed these as low impact skills. Do you think there are circumstances when they can become high impact skills?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to create the impression I'm just agreeing with everything blindly, but yeah, I agree with that. For example, if it's a profession, move straight into technical skills, or if it's like a life, I don't know, are you into it?
No, I'm not a prepper or anything like that, but I do like to cook and grow my own things and do camping and things like that. And I do think that there is a fair amount of impact because it affects a number of things. You save money when you cook, and you get much more confident that you could survive or thrive in a variety of circumstances, not just the exact.
Yeah, and next to the supermarket.
Yeah. I have this job that pays okay and I live in a city and so on, but
yeah, I'm interested in that too. It's again, I have almost zero skill, and like I can cook a little bit, but I couldn't fix anything or things like that. But yeah, I think if you take it to that point where this is like a key, like a cornerstone of your strategy of resilience, like it's not like, oh, I make some random stuff because I like it, but it's like, this is my strategy, this is my peace of mind. If the shit hits the fan, I'm gonna be the guy who, and not just prepper, but anything, you know, like.
I mean, just losing your job and
Yeah,
you're not traveling for a year, you know, it's not that you like then you can eventually
yeah, or you can. There are people who travel a lot, and one of the strategies is they're just really handy, and that's as their way to freedom. They can go anywhere and, hey, need a plumber or a carpenter or an electrician, I can do it. That works great. So yeah, those quadrants, yeah, what I wanted to convey is mainly that it's valuable to bring consciousness to it. Like whatever you're doing, it's just valuable to think about, where would I put this in my life? That's
Make our own categories.
yes, exactly. So I got my stuff, but it's gonna vary person to person. Okay, thanks a lot.